Hello. Well, as you can see, I shaved and got a haircut, which is nice for me. Um, but also, I want to talk about a movie that I got recently, The Devil's Advocate, uh, on 4K and Blu-ray from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, and yeah, this is a very good film, as it says on the back. You know, hotshot attorney Kevin Lomax's 64-0 uh, case record was brought in attempting to offer from an elite New York firm. But the job Lomax accepts isn't what it seems. The devil's in the details. In this gleeful modern gothic fable, Keanu Reeves plays Igor Lomax um, from Gainesville, Florida. And Al Pacino is the charismatic firm founder named Milton, who knows there are cases to be won and souls to be lost. From Lomax's court triumphs and skyrocket rise, its double twist ending, The Devil's Advocate is red hot entertainment. Lomax's wife Marianne, played by Charlize Theron, and soul are on the line. He's landed a job that's heaven on earth, which can lead him straight to hell. And the cast is really good. Also, Jeffrey Jones, Judith Ivy, Craig T. Nelson. Judith Ivy plays Kevin's mother, she's a Christian, very devout Christian, which obviously, with the kind of film that this is, it's pretty fitting. And yeah, this new film is very. It looks really good. I had this before, in a 4-pack with Insomnia, and I believe Heat was in it, like some Al Pacino films from Warner Brothers. Obviously, I got this because, well, not only did I not have this, but also Insomnia, another film. I had Heat, but I thought Heat's a really good movie, so I don't mind paying double for another DVD of that. Um, but yeah, this is a very good film. Shout Factory announced this some time ago, and obviously I got it. um, Directed by Taylor Hackford, and off the top of my head, the other film of his of note to me, that's not that he hasn't done other very good films, but the film Ray with Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles, he directed that film. Um, but yeah, it's a very good film. Al Pacino is really good. I mean, everybody's good. I know a lot of people, when it came to Bram Stoker's Dracula, people criticized Keanu Reeves's accent. But I think his accent in this film, from Florida, southern accent, while not perfect, I think it's fine. Nothing all that bad about it, really. At least nothing of note. Of course, maybe when I rewatch this, I might think, oh, that could have been said better or whatever. But compared to, Dracula, where he was very nervous, interacting with, you know, um, Gary Oldman and Anthony Hopkins, is the big person. He's the huge star he's really working with is Al Pacino. And also by this point, I think he was very calmer, and plus, the accent he didn't have to be completely radical. It's a southern. I mean, it is different, obviously, than his normal voice, but it isn't so like a completely different continent, you know. Um, Charlize Theron, she's really good. Like, she's an excellent actress anyway. But yeah, everybody does their part well, and as you see her story and everything, and how at first they're both happy, and get to go to New York, from Florida to New York, and then get a really nice apartment, and then his firm that he's working at is really good, and and she's spending the days with other wives of fellow lawyers who uh, he works with. And throughout the film, she sees various weird things going on, and she hears things, sees things, and it seems like she's, of course, when she's saying all this to him, she thinks he thinks she's kind of crazy. Um, and Yeah, and so that's a big part of the film. There's also quite a bit of nudity in the film as it goes on, and that's also a reason she wasn't sure about this film. She actually turned down a film in Showgirls because of that, but she loved the character of Mary Ann in this film, that she thought, I'll do it just for this. Like, it's it's very, it's done in very good taste. It's not one of those that where it's just gratuitous for the nudity is there for the sake of the nudity. Um, Horror films, for instance, I mean, this is technically a horror film. It's a supernatural horror film. But like a Friday the 13th or a Halloween, where it was like you'll see a woman naked, and that's there because the sort of be tantalizing, but also it's like it's a horror film. The woman who gets naked and you see her breasts and everything, she dies, as does the guy who is sleeping with her, typically. But also, and he's a very good lawyer, as it's written up here in the description. But also, one thing is, in the beginning, the person is defending, he's accused as a teacher who's accused of doing something very inappropriate with his student. She's on the stand talking and telling her what happened, and he realizes as she's talking that he is guilty, and he has to find a way to try to win this case. And he does. He's able to show where it's like she made up this story because she made a picture of him. She drew a picture, which she said was supposed to be funny, and that she was at a party where she first made up this story, and it was like she played a game there at this party, which is specifically like sexual in nature, where you like talking about stuff of that nature, and so he's able to say like that's why she is saying this. She like concocted this story for a party, this for this game at this party that she was at, and part of that game is it's supposed to be sexual, and so you can make up a story, and basically that's where this came from first. And yeah, and Craig T. Nelson, his character, he's accused of murdering his wife and kids, and he's going around being like, like I didn't do it, and he doesn't really want to say kind of like a reason why, because it obviously will not make him look good. And it's a situation where it's like he has defended people in the past who were guilty. He was able to win, and then also with a case like that where he's like, well, this guy says he's innocent and he didn't do it, but he doesn't really want to say what was going on because that can make him look bad, and try to get it out of him of what happened. And then it's like, is that really what happened or what? And well, you'll find out, if you watch this film. And I know I'm saying this even though it is 29 years old this year. Next year will be 30. It'll be the 30th anniversary. And this is the unrated director's cut on 4K for the first time. And I don't know offhand because it's been a while since I saw the R-rated cut. But yeah, yeah. I can't recall offhand, and yeah, my nose is itchy. Yeah. Anyway, this is based off of a book, which I've never read, but so Devil's Advocate. On the bottom here it says the white sculpture of human forms on the wall of John Milton's penthouse. That's his name, John Milton, not just Milton. John Milton's penthouse in the Devil's Advocate is not connected in any way, and was not endorsed by the sculptor Frederick Hart or the Washington National Cathedral joint copyright orders of the cathedral sculpture ex nihilo in Washington, D.C., and I had no doubt I just butchered that. So, special features here are commentary with the director and deleted scenes on the Blu-ray disc with commentary by the director and the theatrical trailer. And it's a new 4K transfer from the 35mm original camera negative. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. But nothing else, no behind the scenes making of like featurette or little documentary or anything, which is kind of a bummer. I really like when Shout Factory, Scream Factory goes out and gets new stuff for their releases. And I would say that would have been cool to have, like, I don't know, at least the director back and talking about this. Maybe they can't get Al Pacino or Keanu Reeves or Charlize Theron because of how, busy they are. But I think the director would have been cool, and maybe Greg T. Nelson, some other cast members. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, it had been a while since I watched this, but I remember enjoying it when I first saw it, and I thought that was a good movie. But yeah, rewatching this, I'm like, it is a good movie. I don't know if I want to say better than I remember it, because I remember the film obviously, but I don't recall offhand. I know I liked it, but I don't know if I was super enamored. I don't know if I was overtly enamored and really like, oh, this was phenomenal in every way. But I think I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. So yeah. Anyway, have you watched this film? Yes? No? If you have, you can leave your comments in the comments section. If you're not, does this sound interesting to you, or why not? And and I didn't talk a whole lot about the ending, but as it says here, there's a double twist ending, and I don't want to say too much because even before you watch it, I could say something that kind of gives it all away. Um, but yeah, there's more to meets the eye with John Milton, you know, especially as the film goes on. It's even though you're probably, you know, able to might be able to guess at least from his kind of character and how he's just over it. Keanu Reeves, yeah, and Tony Gilroy co-wrote this script. He co-wrote the Jason Bourne films, at least the first four, as well as made Michael Clayton, which I think is the best performance of George Clooney's career. And I know he did some rewrites and reshoots for Rogue One, the Star Wars story. So yeah. Anyway, that's the Devil's Advocate. Again, if you've seen it, you can let me know what you think about this film. And yeah, like it, dislike it, you sort of on the fence, like you like certain aspects of it, but not super fond of others. Yeah, let me know. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. You're all having a great day and you've had a great week, and I hope you all have a great weekend as well. Please take care.